See, turn 3 here at Southern Oregon Speedway is where a lot of race car drivers will come out to check the conditions of the track before they even get started, just to see what's in store for their race cars. Yeah, well, from the chair that I'm sitting in, whoever the new promoter of this track is has a lot of work cut out before they get race cars on this track. Welcome back inside of Take a Hike. This week we're in one of the most beautiful locations in the entire United States. I'm talking about the Redwood Forest. Yeah, but why are we talking? We're Southern Oregonians and Northern Californians. We want to adventure. Come on, let's go. You heard him. Let's take a hike. Let's take a hike. So a fan in the stands or even somebody that's watching TV at home may just see the stereotype of guys that are just turning left for 25 laps, but they don't necessarily see the day in, day out work that goes on, like tire grooving after tire rules change.
And just trying to extend the life as well as produce more traction.
Today, the Southern Oregon soccer team's back out at Raider Stadium for the first time in a long time, and certainly a more decisive win for the women's team over Bushnell today. Wow, a win sending shockwaves through the state and the nation. It's a bad Ducks world out there, and we're just living in it. Thanks for joining us for College Game Night. That's Josh Shelton.
That's Cameron Derby.
Well, do I really have to tell you much? It's a good feeling. The sky is clear over the Rogue Valley, and we're about to play some football. So the smoke finally clears the Rogue Valley and opens the door for football, but some other areas of the state weren't so lucky even tonight. Yeah. Clash of the Cascades, round 1. Coming into the night, SOU boasts the number 21 ranking in the nation. The Owls didn't care one bit. Tonight, Oregon Tech sweeps SOU and beats the Raiders for the first time in the last 34 matches. This round, of course, in Klamath Falls. This is a game that may not just change the landscape of the playoff talk moving forward. It could do really big things for Oregon football as a program. Joining us from Columbus, Ohio at the Shoe, the incredible Julian Minenson. We understand you haven't seen a sports segment here on Newswatch 12 since the Alameda fire, and that's because some things are much bigger than sports. The SOU football team has a clear understanding of that. That's why on Saturdays, when they can't be playing football, they're not watching college football at home. Instead, they're working tirelessly to help this community recover. Welcome back, week 4. Here we go. As fast as it felt like it started, it's starting to feel close to the end just as fast. A new era for Southern Oregon football begins on Saturday. It was a short era for former starting quarterback Trent Banner, who left the program after just 1 week of the regular season. Now it's up to a familiar face in the Rogue Valley. Matt Struck is this week's amateur athlete. Drop the helmet on, lock the window net, all switches up, fire the motors. And it's finally time to race at the Southern Oregon Speedway. Short run sounds pretty difficult. For some, a 5K seems a little too far. A marathon literally seems impossible. But to Dave McGillivray, the crazy distance from Medford, Oregon to Medford, Massachusetts became the goal. He's this week's amateur athlete. Yeah, absolutely. Young team at Ashland with a lot of growing to do, but could be dangerous in the coming years, that's for sure. Welcome back to College Game Night. What an act to follow. Oregon gets a marquee win. SOU takes care of the Zoo. Now some late night Pac-12. Oregon State just getting started over at Reser Stadium, taking on Hawaii. But let me say, this Oregon State team could really use a win, a non-conference win, and a good quarterback performance. It's a really big game at 9 o'clock in the morning tomorrow, but because Oregon won't be at Autzen, you will be for Southern Oregon football. Either way, start of the third play. They say birds fly in flocks, right? But this duck goes north-south solo. Verdell explodes and outruns the secondary. Oregon goes up 21-7, and suddenly all 100,000 Buckeyes in the venue on alert. Huge matchup between Mazama and Crater. Look at the fans in the stands. The Tropical Comets, Dutch Meyer, roaring to life as the Comets take the field. But the defending champs, they came to play, friends. First quarter, scoreless. Zeke Heaton, bye-bye. The extra point got blocked. Mazama rolling early. They were up 6-0 at that point. Mazama, those fans traveled from the Basin. Burke Brown, not thrilled. Henley and Wairika in Medford, the Basin versus Siskiyou. Alex Stort telling his guys, be disciplined with their eyes. 5 left in the second, 21-0 Henley. His little bro Shaw Stort finds Colton Smith. Eurostep. This ain't hoops. We're playing pigskin. Touchdown. Hornets bite. They don't sting. You know, guys, they say here at Crater High School, there's no place like Dutch Myers Stadium on a Friday night. I'm going to go ahead and see that, but I'm going to raise it. There's no place like a clear-skied Rogue Valley for football on a Friday night. We'll see you for the Blitz tonight, but for right now, live at Dutch Myers Stadium, Cameron Derby, Newswatch 12 Sports. Games are actually really starting to spark up here now as the wind picks up once again. The wind died down a little bit over the last 20 minutes, but now it's sparking up once again. I'm on Worthington Road and Brophy Road right now, right at the corner. I'm going to step out of the frame and actually zoom in on this fire so that you can get a good look at what these flames look like right now over on the side of the mountain. Give me just a second so I can zoom in here. As you can see, flames starting to spark back up. That's why I mentioned when you see it, it's coming. And actually, if I step out of the frame, you'll be able to see some retardant coming down right now as they're trying to protect this hillside from several houses that are over the top of that hill. The flames have been moving from up top, coming all the way down to the bottom, and the wind is moving in this direction. Mitchell Fink getting warmed up in the pavilion. The Raiders looking fast as well. The Owls came out hot with a 14-0 start. We fast forward to 5 left in the first. Seth Erickson, career night. He has the Owls up 37-23. Low energy in the arena, but that was until this. Blam! Half-court shot at halftime. Guess who that is? Brian Sander, the defensive line and special teams coach for Southern Oregon football. From that point forward, the Raiders got hot, but Erickson wasn't quite cooled down yet. In your face, a three-point bomb has the Owls up 15. Look to the bench for confirmation, but midway through the second, the Raiders start chipping away. Josh Washington had 6 points. This has the Raiders within 8. Everybody getting in on the hustle plays. Missed three-pointer, but an offensive board and putback gets the Raiders within 3. And in the final 6 seconds, the Raiders down by 1. Aaron Boric delivers. The Raiders take the lead for the first time in the ball game with 5.3 on the clock. They're only up 1. There's a party you want to be at. Who had the best seat in the house? I did. Final play. Fink handling the ball. The Raiders trip on each other. Fink dumps it off. Blocked by Tate Hoffman. So in a shocking upset by knockout, Aaron Boric and the Raiders take down the number 5 Owls. Boric ends up in the stands celebrating with the fans. What a night in Ashland. This looks like a normal group of guys hanging out for a beer and some burgers at the local bowling alley. But these are the guys in stripes, the officials.
That's a foul, that's a foul, that's a foul. We got a foul first. Foul first. 41 blue, had him here first.
And this is not just dinner. This is one of the many sessions where these refs talk about tough situations they were just in and try to get better.
And they were up from the inbounds play, that last inbounds play, till the rest of the game was over with.
Yeah, I didn't see that.
Well, I wouldn't expect you to see it because your back's turned to them, but...
Yeah. The problem for these refs is not the one you would first think of. It's not fans or players or coaches criticizing them.
There's no foul or nothing. I just stopped and told them to stop. Thank you. Okay.
The Rogue Valley Basketball Officials Association is working 19 refs short. They ref every game you see in the Rogue Valley on top of their full-time jobs. But if more officials don't get hired by football season, it could result in canceling the kids' games, something that is unimaginable to this group of guys.
They remember us and we remember them. That's what it's all about. It's all about being with the kids and hanging out. You know, we're not out there to be like police. You know, we're just out there to facilitate the game, and that's what we try to do.
But for a job that is so talked about among sports fans, why are they so short-staffed? The COVID-19 pandemic took its toll. Some refs had other obligations to other sports. Some didn't want to go through the COVID restrictions. But there's one factor that stands out.
I'll say to somebody, you know, you need to come ref. Well, I don't want to go ref because I don't want to get yelled at. That's such a small piece it is. It happens. I'm not going to say it doesn't happen. But the percentage of the time that happens is so minute. And then the rewards you get from the kids, that's what it's all about.
And even on the rough nights, this group still comes back to dinner where they help each other improve.
The game is for the kids, and that's what all of us, or I should say the majority of us, are there to do, is to take care of the kids. That's our main focus.
Reporting in Medford, Cameron Derby, Newswatch 12 Sports. Number 1 Mazama Vikings, the number 2 Marist Catholic Spartans. Only one could win this. After the pregame jitters and traditions died, a A first half that looked like a 15-round bout filled with punches and momentum swings, each team showing the fight that a state champion shows, and entering the half deadlocked at 21 points apiece.
We told the boys this. We told them over and over again, hey, they're going to get theirs. That's, but we're going to get ours too.
So what does a coach tell his team at halftime when it's tied and a state title is on the line?
Lay it all out on the field. You have 2 quarters left. It's an even ball game. We're starting from scratch. You got 2 quarters. Leave it all out here. Play your butts off, and they did.
In the third, the game turned defensive, both teams coming up with key 4th down stops that kept themselves alive. The Mazama faithful still holding on, no points scored until 7 minutes left in the 4th, and Zeke Heaton hit a hole and had one thought.
Run as hard as I can, just sprint.
Mazama took the lead by 1 score and the game went defensive again. Mazama found itself up by 6 points with 2 minutes, 24 seconds left, needing just 1 stop.
It was a death grip, 100%. It was a death grip. I do that for my brothers. I love each and every single one of them. I mean, we've been through thick and thin together, and this meant everything to everyone in this football program. It's the first time in school history.
For the first time in school history, the Mazama Vikings are state champions.
I started crying. Because I knew Coach Lease would. We strategized, we'd win the game, Oh my God. I just love them. I love everyone on the team.
It was great. It's amazing. We worked hard for it all year, despite we just had faith that we were going to have it.
I mean, it's a dream come true. We dreamed about it since we were little kids, and then this season we put our heads down, we worked, we grinded, adversity. We didn't know if we were going to have a season or not, and then we came out here all season, made it happen.
Those emotions with these young men tonight, they're just a special group. You just love coaching them. You want to get to practice. You want to, you want that bell to ring so you can get on the practice field and be with those guys, and that's what it's about. And now it's over.
It may be over, but it's over with a state title trophy to hold up. In Cottage Grove, Cameron Derby, Newswatch 12 Sports.